This week, the shadow leader of the House wanted to know when the government would be bringing back legislation and appointing an ethics advisor. Sunak has been Prime Minister now for over 5 weeks, and remember, he said this.
Can you confirm you will promptly appoint an independent ethics advisor with power to instigate investigations and you will be bound by the results?
I definitely will reappoint an independent ethics advisor, and it'll be one of the first things I do.
Would you bring Lord Geit back if he was prepared to?
Well, I haven't had that conversation with Lord Geit, so...
Would you, if he was prepared to come back, would you do that?
Well, I probably would, because I thought he did a good job in the first place. But as I said, I haven't spoken to him about it, so I don't want to put him in an awkward position. But who was it that asked the question? I don't know, Angela, right? I mean, Angela... Restoring trust is at the heart of what I want to bring to the job, and one of the first things I will do is make sure that we put in place the structures and the accountability like you're talking about, so that all of you listening can have faith that the system will work, and if people are not behaving in the way they should be, that there will be proper accountability for that. And having an independent ethics advisor is obviously critical to doing that.
Previously, the government's answer had been soon.
Perhaps the Right Honourable Lady could channel this apparent newfound momentum on standards in public life in the direction of the Prime Minister. He still hasn't appointed an ethics advisor. As my right honourable friend, the member for Ashton-under-Lyne, said yesterday, the Prime Minister promised to appoint the independent ethics advisor as one of his first acts. We're still waiting. The Prime Minister says soon. The Leader of the House says soon. What does soon actually mean? Can we have a time frame for soon, for when an ethics advisor will be in place? Could we have this time frame soon? Because it also seems, Mr Deputy Speaker, that my plea last week for government departments to send ministers to urgent questions who can actually provide answers went unheard. Yesterday, the Minister answering my right honourable friend, as well as an inability to define soon, couldn't say how many candidates have already turned down the role. There's rumours it's as many as 7. Is it any wonder when the last 2 post holders resigned in despair? And an independent ethics advisor is only as strong as the powers they have, Mr Deputy Speaker. Labour's Independent Integrity and Ethics Commission will stamp out Tory sleaze and scandal and restore trust in politics. Will the so-called independent ethics advisor, whenever they are appointed, have the power to launch their own investigations? There is nothing usual about this government's handling of their flagship legislation. Now, I notice she didn't announce the return of the Levelling Up Bill today. Dare I ask, will that be coming back before Christmas, or will that also be soon? The Online Safety Bill is another. Never mind coming back soon with this one. The Tories are taking us back in time.
Now, it appears that nobody actually wants the job. Apparently 7 people have already turned it down, and this is because of Boris Johnson, and he's shown what a pointless role it's become. His first ethics advisor, Sir Alex Allen, had found Priti Patel guilty of bullying her staff, a breach of the ministerial code. However, instead of sacking her, Johnson threw the report in the bin. This prompted Allen to resign instead. Next came Lord Geit, who had a very strong and credible reputation until Boris Johnson trashed that. Geit had made the mistake of believing a known liar when tasked to investigate who paid for Johnson's refurb. That's right, Boris Johnson instigated an investigation into himself to conclude who paid for his flat decoration. Because, random people happen to turn up at everybody's home and put up some £800 wallpaper, and nobody knows who paid for it or why. But Lord Geit's investigation included asking the man wearing a bright t-shirt that said, "Yes, it was me, I'm guilty," written in big letters on it, if he was guilty, and when Johnson said no, he believed him. After the Electoral Commission carried out their own investigation and found that Johnson had lied, surprise surprise, Lord Geit did another investigation. However, it must have been through some insane loyalty to Johnson that he still found him not guilty, but by this time his once highly sought out reputation is now lying in tatters. After finding a way out due to the government wanting to break international law, there hasn't been an ethics advisor for 6 months. With Grant Shapps resigning for bullying claims and now Dominic Raab under investigation for the same offence, Sunak really needs to appoint someone, and quickly. And so what was the government's answer to this and the legislation returning?
The government will also be taking some further action, which I hope the House will welcome as well, and we will publish the motion soon. All other business will be announced in the usual way soon.
And did you know what Sunak thinks you lack if you don't send your kids to private school? Well, you can find the answer to that on the video that's on screen now. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you for watching.